Works. Hello. Looks like I'm live. I am testing this StreamYard software, and I just talked for about 5 minutes showing you guys stuff and realized...
Is Kelly eating eggs made from plants to stand by a new vegan man and join him in his mission to fix a cruel animal-based food system? No, she's eating those eggs.
Oh, I see. All right. Hello, everybody. Jan Welch here. Sorry for the delay in the live stream. I thought I was already going live, and I was talking about stuff, going through some vintage rollerblading memorabilia for my collection. It looks like it should be streaming now. I'm not sure if the audio is synced up to my voice. It does not look like it on my screen, so let me know in the live chat how it sounds, if I'm synced up or not. I'm going to start this live chat. We're going to go over some of my memorabilia. So this is going to be from Vicious and 4x4, and these are some things I have in my collection that are still floating around. First thing I'm going to show you is some brand new Vicious trifold wallets, and this is one of my favorite wallets. I've been rocking these for years. This is my very last one. Let me know if you had these wallets in the live chat. This is what a used one looks like. Look how much the color has changed over the years. So quite a bit. And 1 second. All right. Now, sorry. Here's a 4x4 wallet, all over print, trifold as well. Brand new, unused. This is the one I'm currently using in a much more used version. But these two wallets, the Vicious and the 4x4, brand new. I'm going to be keeping these. Ooh, Treewood Rudolph. Hey, buddy. Good to see you on there. Here are some cool insoles from Vicious. All over print insole. And the Roadhouse wheels Travis was asking about. Those are really rad. I did not get them. But yeah, did anybody get those yet? Those are rad. Did anybody get the kit? I'm curious to see what the trading cards look like that are in the Rollerblade, the kit. I mean, sorry, in the Randy Spicer Roadhouse kit that he has with all the trading cards. Here's another insole for Vicious. And speaking of trading cards, I found a few old ones in my collection. Mike Butnick doing a invert from Rollerblade from 1997. There we go. And an old Arlo Eisenberg card from X Games. So in the last episode of the goods I did, I showed the new Rollerblade trading cards, which were way better quality, really large. So check that episode out to see those. I also have a bunch of these trading cards from Austin, Texas skaters. We got J.R. Padron, Mason Richard. These are pretty cool. Anthony Medina, legendary skater and filmer. Lots of great videos. And Michael Kraft. If you're familiar with Michael Kraft, if you were a BMAG message board back in the day, Michael Kraft was the person with the most posts ever on BMAG message board. But today he's just an awesome dude, and he always comes up to Vermont for my camping blading trip every summer. So cool guy. And then we've got Heath Burley, who's my redheaded brother from Austin, which you can't see because it's a black and white card. Now, there's also some Jan Welch All-Star trading cards with no skating shot over me. But yeah, there we go. I have a few of these. Now, if anybody has any questions about anything related to what I'm posting or anything else, let me know in the comments area. This is something I found, which is pretty cool. This was from July 1997, and this was addressed to Jan Welch at Scum Magazine Transit Clothing. and it is from Plano, Texas. And remember Plano, Texas, Eisenberg's. So what this is, it is the invitation for the grand opening of Eisenberg Skate Park. So this is the folded out poster. There we go. And it's a home for skaters. And it talks about Eisenberg Skate Park is planting its feet in Plano, and we want you to be at the grand opening. Check out the 30,000 square feet of skating heaven. Snack on some food and drinks and jam with Eisenberg's world-class 1997 skaters. We'll be waiting for your speedy RSVP. Thursday, July 17th, 1997, 7 to 10 p.m. in Plano, Texas. So that's a pretty cool piece of rollerblading memorabilia. I've got another poster here I found from another event I was at, which is the infamous Lausanne competition from 1999. This is from when I was in Europe filming my video last call. So went to Lausanne, slept underneath the vert ramp, slept underneath the bridge. It was pretty cool time, and I got a lot of awesome footage. I filmed a bunch with Albert Huey. We filmed half a section from last call in Lausanne. Now, what else do we have? Here's here's my business card for 4x4. Oh, I get used to this camera. These are pretty rad. Everybody had one. And we have some old 4x4 bumper stickers, cleaning up the industry, using a IRA gunman, and old Vicious stickers. Did anybody have these? I love this sticker right here. Large vinyl, super awesome sticker. And got some wristbands from Winter Clash 2014. What else? Oh, here's a good one. Video Groove, my rarest piece of memorabilia. That's a great question. I sold a lot of stuff over the past few years because I needed money. So, but that's something I'm going to have to go through and discuss on a future episode, because this is kind of an impromptu live stream just to test out the software. We've got 20 people watching, so that's rad. Now, I mentioned in my last video the goods about zines back in the day and how it's pretty cool that videos now with VODs are making books. But Video Groove did that a long time ago with VG. They had little books in some of their videos. And this is the booklet from VG6, Toys Beneath Our Feet, which was an awesome video. And it's like, has little interviews with people. It's total zine, talks about the different skaters, talks about music, toys, all sorts of weird crap, music reviews. Oh, so yeah, this is pretty cool. These old zines. I'm not sure if every VG video had them. I don't remember, but this one definitely had a zine in it, and that's pretty awesome. Now, here we go. So back in, I moved to San Diego in 1999 to work for Daily Bread magazine. Made tutor videos, Quattro No One's Children. I worked on our website, did all sorts of stuff. And the videos that I did always premiered at ASR trade show. So here's my old ASR trade show badge from 2001. And I also have the premiere of Quattro invitation. Was anybody in this live chat at the Quattro premiere? Let me know. This was at the Wonder Bread Factory in downtown San Diego. And that was after party. The premiere was at Spreckles Theater, which was an amazing venue to watch movies in. Now, the following year, I had the premiere for No One's Children, The Sinner's Ball. And upside down, that's a premiere for that. That was 2002. So Quattro was 2001. And that was pretty cool. Another premiere card was for Under Influence, which was after that, 2003, by Drew Backrack. Also a great video. Drew did an amazing job. Corey Casey's section in that is still one of my favorite. Oh, Apollo, what's up, man? And Anthony. Hey, guys. Thank you for watching this video. And bear with me, like I said, this is just the first time. So, and then another premiere flyer, Solomon. Team video. Free admission. The world premiere. Friday night skate. So I have some actually really cool ones on the wall. Let me grab them real quick so we can look at them. So I know there's got to be some Mind Game fans in this live feed. So what I have here is, these are framed on the wall. I just took them down. I have the premiere invitations for Bang, the Mind Game video. That's the front. And that's the back. And Bang was 2004, Feinberg, Farmer, Brian Aragon, Don Bambrick, Dustin Latimer, filmed by Brandon Negretti. Great video, great premiere. It was nice being in San Diego in the early 2000s because all the premieres happened out there. And the next one is also Mind Game video, but the premiere flyer for Accidental Machines, which was also a great video. And that's the back side of it. All right. So those are pretty rad. Cool. All right, put those up. All right, what else do I got? Speaking of some really old school stuff, is I found these today. All right, if you were back skating in the 90s, like me, and you didn't have aggressive skates yet, you had Lightning TRSs or Lightnings, and you got, you know, they had bolts with nuts and bolts on them. You would have had Senate wrenches for your grind plates. Well, these are not Senate wrenches. These are rollerblade wrenches, and they work just like Senate wrenches. So before the Senate grind plates and everything, you would use the rollerblade tool in between the second and third wheels as your grind plate. And yeah, it was awesome. So, okay. I guess we're going to mail recently from somebody. I don't know who they are. Don Z from Scottsdale, Arizona. I don't know if anybody knows Don. And all he sent me is this sticker. And it says, Jan, I have no idea where I got this sticker, but it reminds me of you. And I don't even know where Don got my address from, but that's pretty cool. All right. What else we got here? Oh. 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 Next time I'm going to be more organized. I have a bag full of buttons. Some that have never come out before. Here's the 4x4 Hello Kitty-ish button, which is pretty cool. Old Daily Bread button. Another Daily Bread button. With Rat Tail, we had planned on starting a record label. It never happened, but there's a Rat Tail Records button. And we got some Vicious buttons. These little guys are hard to hold. 4x4 Smoking Mirrors by Jeremy Baytall. These are ones that Baytall has re-released. I don't know if you've been following Jeremy Baytall, but he has been re-releasing 4x4 classic shirts 2 at a time, limited edition. You have to pre-order them all. Check him out on his Instagram page or on his Facebook if you want to get in on the next shirt he's doing. Alex Broskow button, if you guys ever saw that one. Rat Tail Records did not happen because we weren't focused at that period. It was hard enough just to run Rat Tail. We had a few different things we were going to do. We had planned on starting around 2007. We also had gotten into fixed gear bikes when the first resurgence came out, and we were going to start a bike company too. We actually had 2 sample bikes made at the Masihara factory in Taiwan. And I have one of the bikes still, but that never happened. But that would have been a cool thing to have done. And then Rat Tail Records didn't happen just because we didn't have focus, is what I'm going to say. What else do I have here? All right. Here's a skate contest flyer that I was at. The Punica Jam Session. This was in Frankfurt, Germany, August 14th, 1999. Same time I was in Europe for at the Lausanne contest that I showed you earlier when I was filming not No One's Children, but Last Call. Same time period. Then we have, here's the brochure from the Lausanne contest from that year. Tells you everything that's going on. August 19th, street warm-up, mini pipe, street slalom. See, what was cool about Lausanne contest is it was one of the early blading events that combined all disciplines of skating. So they had slalom, downhill, aggressive already back then in 1999, which is cool. Old skates. Yes, Launder. The plan was to print vinyl records because we all love records, and we all love music. I'm a huge record fan. I've got thousands of records. So, and I knew a lot of people in bands at San Diego at the time and in Austin, Texas. So we had a lot of people we could have worked with, as well as some skaters, that do music. So it's actually still something I might personally do in the future, is start a record label. I just saw this laying there. A Micah Yeager trading card with him on a skateboard. Which is kind of ridiculous. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, here's another ASR badge from 2002 when I was officially a team rider for Sunshine Distribution. But this was 2002 was the year that I premiered both No One's Children and Razor Still This Video during ASR trade shows, and the Razors video premiered on Friday night at the Hyatt Hotel Ballroom, and then the video No One's Children premiered Saturday night at Spreckles Theater in downtown San Diego, and that was probably the highlight of my video career, was premiering 2 videos back to back at ASR trade show in 2002. It was a pretty cool time. And then what else? I'm going to have a lot more stuff to look at with you guys later. Like I said, this is just a live stream test, so I pulled out a few things that I could find. Here's a media badge for Winter Clash 10, 2014. And guys, and girls, I have a lot of footage that no one's seen before, filmed over the past 12 years, like a lot. Events, skate parks, skaters. There's a video I've been working on. It's been delayed quite a while. But I'm going to start showing some of that footage in these live streams in the future, so we can watch different skating that you've never seen before. I do have for today, I have a few. Okay, so people have asked me throughout the years, do you even skate? Like if you don't know me. Well, I've been skating since 1989, a long time, most of my life. And when I started filming in the 90s, I was obviously skating less. Let's see. Pro tip: you can use a spacebar to hide the comment on the screen instead of scrolling through comments to find it. That didn't do anything. Okay. Oh, wait. There we go. All right. So there we go. So Blading his dad is looking forward to the videos I plan on doing. Now I lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. About me skating. So I used to do a lot of tricks, didn't get filmed all the time. I have a few tricks that I found of me skating. So I thought we could watch a couple of those if you want to see them. It's nothing special, but there's a bunch more. I just haven't found them yet for this live stream. So let's watch a couple clips, see what they look like. No, I've never had a section. The thing I was going to say is no one ever filmed me. I only filmed other people. So a lot of the stuff, that I was stoked on doing in skating never got filmed. So it wasn't really until I've been older now and not really skating that hard where I've been filmed the most. So, back when I was skating at my peak, which would have been, the late 90s, early 2000s, no one ever really filmed me. So because I was filming everyone else. But I do have a couple of clips from about 1997 here. And the first one I'm going to show you, it's a spot. We called it, it was a spot in Austin, Texas, downtown. Lots of junkies there. And the rails around there, we called them heroin rails because usually when you skated there was people doing heroin, shooting up and stuff. So it was kind of like needles and pretty sketchy. And it was crazy because it's literally across the street from Austin Police Headquarters downtown. So the first one we will look at is movies. I'm going to have to streamline this a little bit better in the future, but we have okay, here's an acid soul. Acid soul from 1997 came off weird, and then better clip would have been video file. I just copied a clip over and I lost it. No. Let's see, downloads. What did I do with it? Sorry, everyone. All right, YouTube. Then now, live stream. I need to organize my stuff a little bit better. Where is these other clips? Okay. Then we've got an Ali Mizu. You are broken. And then we will watch a sweat stance on a box. That's when we used to have box sessions every single week in Austin, Texas. That was in around 2000 and let me see, about 2015, when Austin had the huge scene. Everyone was living there from all over Texas and Utah, and it was just amazing. We would have sessions on that box every single week for at least a year and a half. And that box was built by Frank Stoner, who moved to Denver, and they continued box skating there. All right, this is, well, I'm not sure what this clip is. Oh, here's a line. This is an old line from 1997 as well. The same rails. Rocket Macchio. I actually did half cab Rocket Macchio that day, but I don't know why it wasn't filmed because that was kind of cool. All right, another clip. Here's a clip. Here's a kind grind. This was in Fugi's video. I like this one. And yeah, those were the Senate ultra wides. And I was wearing a Fiction shirt. So yeah, I was back in the day, those ultra wides, I wore those out until they were shredded. Kind of like Shane Saviors and Hearts to Crust. Or Shane Saviors? No, Shane. What was his name? From Hearts to Crust. He was really good. Anyway, I ruined those pants. Okay, now video file. Do I have anything else? Okay, here's one. It was a Daily Bread video. Just a little step over, nothing special. Step up, step over. Super short, but yeah, that was a clip. And oh, you know the logo I have here is the Cartyon logo, which was designed by Chris Pill in 2001 for Daily Bread. Here is the video that went with it.
Okay, that does it. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
So yeah, that was in an ad for maybe in a Razors video or something like that. Okay, now I'm going to show you. That's all the clips I have for the ones of me skating. There's more. I promise you there'll be more in the next live stream. I just have to sort it. I spent about 20 minutes putting together a few things for this live stream as a test. So let's watch a better clip than me skating. And it is a transfer Brian Shima did. I filmed this at Torrey Pines High School, and it's pretty sick.
Oh my.
All right, we'll watch that one more time. All right. So sick. Also, John Elliott. Okay, John Elliott went through he quit skating, you know, quite a long time ago. And he did have a period where he wanted to come back right around the time of Leading the Blind. But he hurt himself. And this clip was in Leading the Blind. You don't really get to see it that good in that video. So I'm going to show it to you. Let me see. John Elliott. And wait, what's going on? Add video. What am I? Share video file. Okay, so this is John Elliott in San Diego at Balboa Park. He was going to jump over a curb, over a wooden fence, and then bonk a fire hydrant, and then land in the street. Well, he ended up not jumping the curb and going straight on the curb and breaking through like a log with his shin. It's gnarly. So we'll watch that. And this was, yeah, he definitely, and basically, but he broke that with his shin, and that pretty much ended his comeback.
Let's go.
All right. Well, thank you, Ben, for picking this over freestyle skiing. Freestyle skiing is pretty awesome, though. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Let me know. I'm more than happy to answer something, as long as it's not too outrageous. Now, I have. Okay, I saw this thing the other day on the internet. I had a few more things I want to show you, but I couldn't find them. I don't know even how to. Well, I can't show you because I don't know how to post a photo. We'll save it for the next video. Okay. Ben asked, How many times have I gone to a hospital with a skater I was filming? And the answer to that is a lot. When I lived in San Diego, I lived in a neighborhood called University Heights, which was next to Hillcrest, and Scripps Mercy Hospital was right around the corner from our house, and we went there so many times. I had Ian Brown and Justin Buchanan were staying at my house. They both got injured at the school, Point Loma High School. Ian injured himself when he clipped the rail with his butt, jumping the leap of faith, which I'm sure you've seen that video. Hit the rail with his butt and then landed on his elbow. Same school, Justin Buchanan was doing a soyal on an out ledge and fell on his face, and his whole face, eye swelled up, super gnarly. Those are two I remember taking the scripts, but there was a lot more. A lot of the guys didn't have insurance, or they were from overseas. So we did do some kind of like dine and dash type of things at the hospital where they would go in, get treated, be like, I got to go to the car, get my stuff. And we would just kind of go back to my house. So, and they were from out of state. What is my favorite country that I've visited? Well, my favorite country that I visited for skating or just in general? Well, that's a tough question because I have traveled a lot for skating, which I've been blessed for that. But I always enjoy Germany for skating. But as far as a city goes for skating, probably like Barcelona, just because it's a huge skate park, you know, for Europe, like it's amazing. Also, in the US, a city that I feel like is not quite up to par with Barcelona, but has a lot of spots, is Denver. There's so many spots in Denver that are amazing. But yeah, I think for skating, traveling, Barcelona was good. I haven't been anywhere else in Spain, so I can't. I'm sure there's other awesome places, but Barcelona. And then, you know, Germany is great. As far as skate parks go, the best two skate parks I've been to, there was one skate park in Germany. I don't remember what it's called. It's not there anymore. But it was like a solid wood skate park at a military base, a German military base. It was really cool. And then Unit 23, I believe it's called, in Scotland. That is the coolest, probably the coolest skate park I've ever been to. We actually stayed there. I went with my friend Jerry McBay. We stayed there. People lived there. What's his name from Scotland? Not Scotty Quinn, but come on, guys, help me out. Road for Razors, legendary Scottish skater. Anyway, he lived at the skate park. Chaz Sands lived at the skate park. We stayed there for 5 days in the skate park, and when you woke up, the room we're in, you could actually skate out of it, a rolling out of the room into the park, and it was super badass. And then Chaz took us around the Highlands. So yeah, as far as like scenery goes, the Scottish Highlands were absolutely amazing. So yeah, as far as like competitions go, Japan, we went to Japan, Razors Tour, myself, John Elliott, Robert Livanos. It was a crazy time. The competitions there were amazing. What blew my mind is how honest everyone was. One of the events rained out, and they wanted us, let me make this big screens. So one of the events rained out, and oh, look at that. Ben skated with Poncho a couple days ago. That's really cool. One of my favorite guys. Anyway, I'll finish the story real quick with the Japanese event, which was amazing. It rained out, so it was not amazing, but we were going to do a product toss. And then we were going to throw out products. We were up in a hillside, me, John, Robert, and there was, you know, hundreds of kids. And they're like, oh, no product toss. Do rock, paper, scissors. I'm like, rock, paper, scissors? Come on. Imagine being at a contest in the United States and doing rock, paper, scissors to give away product. No one would sit down if they lost. And, you know, I did the rock, paper, scissors, and at least half the kids sat down after the first try. And it only took like 6 times to get a winner. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe how honest everybody was there, and that was a really cool impression about the people of Japan. So that was really rad. And the skates park's really cool. Street spots were little like ledges were awesome, but all the rails are aluminum and didn't slide that great. All right. I'll get to Travis first. Travis had a question about what's the hardest trick you've filmed or just seen. Now, I filmed and seen a lot of hard tricks. I think how I'll answer that is tricks that are the scariest that I've ever filmed. One of those would be Mathieu Heinemann in San Diego, California, when he back royaled the convention center ledge in San Diego. And it's like, I don't know, 6-story drop. It's about, maybe a foot wide, a foot and a half wide. It's kind of angled a little bit. And birds kept on landing on it. Seagulls kept landing on the ledge before we jump on. And we jump on, and then he would like have to slide down on his butt. And it's like this huge drop off. And I was very, very concerned that he would fall off this thing and die because it was gnarly. It was, I wonder if I could find that clip. If I have it connected to the hard drive I'm on right now. Let's see. So yeah, that was just an absolutely gnarly clip. Let's see. Let me do a search. Matthew. Yes, and then what else? What other clips were gnarly? Hard. Well, Brandon Campbell jumping that spot in Irvine. I didn't even know what it's called, but it was a UC Irvine. And it's a complete blind landing. Like it's flat, and then you gap over bushes, and it's like a really narrow ledge roll in. That was pretty gnarly. It's hard for me to remember all those clips I filmed. I can't find that Matthew thing right now. We'll look for it later. But what else? Do you have any off-road blade footage, pump track DJ stuff? Okay, I do have some footage from Colorado. My friend Jared McBay skating down mountain bike trails. We hiked up a mountain outside of Boulder, and he skated down it. And I do have clips of that. I don't have any dirt jump clips or anything like that. I didn't have filmed very much off-roading. That's pretty much the only off-roading thing I filmed. I did film a little bit with Eric Cruz when we were doing an interview for the Big Wheel Blading website. But I wanted to try to film. I did want to try to film a off-roading section during the Colorado road trip, because a lot of people had off-road skates with them, but we didn't actually get around to organizing everyone together. Easiest skater to film with? Well, that's a hard one. I'd say, Chris Haffey was always pretty easy to film with. He knocked stuff out pretty quick, but at the same time, like, it really depends on the spot. Most spots Haffey could lace quick. Andrew Broom too. He's somebody that's really good to film with. But, the 666 rail that Chris Haffey did, that Lonnie Gallegos filmed, that thing was kind of like a burn because that thing was pretty far away from San Diego. And I drove Haffey there 5 different times to film that rail. And we drove there and sat there for 2-3 hours filming, and he never did it. And then he went the next time he went with Lonnie and got the clip. So I remember being bummed about that. But that was one I filmed a long time. Also, the clip of Robert Guerrero in his section No One's Children. He does half cab sole on a curved kick rail. Ben showed it on his iRoll boot episode recently, and that was a rail I went to with both Haffey and Robert Guerrero, and the first person to do it was Rob G, but it was on the third time we ever got there. Danny, you can ask questions from just a chat right now because this is the first live stream I'm doing, so I'm just trying to dial it in a little bit. What's your most satisfying feeling of tricks to do? So for me, Remy. Okay, let's actually go back to Remy. Frontside Pud Slide from Edwin Waring was filmed by you, right? I believe so. If we're talking about the one in the power ledges in San Diego, then that was filmed by me. I do have some Edwin footage that I filmed with him the year before he passed away that I haven't, that's for the new video I've been working on. So there is some footage of Edwin I have that hasn't been seen yet. So I will make that available soon for people. Okay. Let's see. Tree, most satisfying feeling trick to do. For me, trick-wise, my favorite tricks have always been Mizu variations. So, back in the day, I always, like mini ramp, I like doing, cab kind grind. I could do both ways. Half cab sweat stance, I like that. On street skating ledges and stuff, I always like Mizus and I like Mizus, zero spin Mizus, any Mizu, sweat stance, kind grind. Those are my favorite tricks, and then Royales. And I do like tabernacles, which are fun. So yeah, that's tricks. I do have, which hard drive is this? Let me see if I can connect a hard drive that might have some stuff on it. All right. Next time I'm going to have a folder made that's a bit more organized. What frames am I running? I skate Wish frames. I love them. I love the speed that you get out of them. I feel like they're really easy to skate for me. I got them from Mick Casals. He didn't like them. They were too big. But I really enjoy them. I have undercover wheels on them. And yeah, I actually have some Kaiser Element 2 frames coming in the mail that I'm going to be running 58 flat on. I've never skated Kaiser frames, so I am excited about that. I actually have a bunch of stuff coming in that I'm going to be trying out and talking about on the channel. So it's still winter here. We still have snow on the ground. It's starting to melt. It's actually all flooded right now. Our road is complete mud. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more skating content of myself coming into the springtime. Go visit some parks. So yeah, I hope to have some more clips of me skating and testing out some different products. Now, favorite setup I've ever had. So I really liked the Solomon ST8s I had. I really enjoyed them. Back we're talking 90s skating. I really liked those a lot. I like my Majestic 12s, the original ones from back then. The skate I skated the most throughout my life was the Razor's Colts. I liked the way they feel. I always skated ground control frames because, John Elliott. I always liked those. I hate the sound that the liners make in Razors. They just sound cheap. Right now I'm skating. I had the Dustin Latimer Shadows, and I like those a lot. Excuse me. And right now I'm skating the USD carbon-free Eugen Eden skates, and those are really cool. I really enjoy those. So I'm actually going to get some Eugen Shadows soon to try out as well. All right, let's see. Blading's dad, Kaiser, flat 60. Yes, I might do that too. We'll see. Okay. What am I missing? Jan, will you make a video edit of your skating? Danny Twitch. Danny, I will compile all my old footage and make an edit of that, and then we'll see what happens this year. Maybe I'll have a best of edit at the end of the year. And I want to say to Tree Rudolph, you're the most amazing dude ever. Your skating has always been top notch ever since I've known you, and watching your videos on YouTube and Instagram, they're so cool, and everybody should be following you on this, on YouTube, on everything, on all social media. Follow Tree, he's awesome. Okay. What do I think about wizard skating? I love wizard skating. I've loved it since the beginning. I would love wizard frames, but everything I've done in blading is for the love of it, and I don't ever make any money off of it, so it's hard to actually buy stuff. So, but maybe someday I will have money to buy wizard frames. I do have the K2R100 frames, which was kind of the first, wizard-ish frame to come out on the market, and those were pretty cool. I'm gonna get some in frames when they're back in stock, so I'm gonna try to do some skating on that, because where I live in Vermont, it's very rural. When I actually skate, well, we actually do have 2 skate parks in town, which is nice, a town of 6,000 people. But as far as street spots, there's not really anything. If I street skate, I usually go to Montreal, Boston, or Burlington, Vermont. But there's a lot of tennis courts and stuff like that. So I want to get some wizard frames just to play around flat ground skating. I feel like it's going to be fun and help me in my aggressive skating. I do like the mix up of wizard, aggressive, solemn, aggressive, all that stuff that's been happening. All right, will someone 3D print Tom Heiser's Seuss frame ever? I have no idea. You're gonna have to ask Justin Thursday for that one. 3D printing is really cool. That's something that'd be fun to have, but there's so much stuff I need to get. Okay, Adam Kelly, Moore Park College, made for skating. Moore Park College was really cool, and I've only been there once, and that's when we were filming Still This Video, the Razors video. We did a tour. It was supposed to go to Portland, Oregon. We had myself, Stockwell, Shima was there, Tori Treseter, Jason Howard, Stockwell, if I said that, the Kelso brothers. I don't remember who else was there, but we went to Moore Park College. We heard, at that point, we knew Moore Park College was a big bust, like a massive bust. So we wanted to skate it on the way there. So what we did is we actually slept in the parking lot of a business next to Moore Park College and woke up at 5 a.m. and skated Moore Park College before anyone was there and before security was looking for skaters. So all the clips from Still This Video that were filmed at Moore Park College were filmed about 5 or 6 in the morning, right when the sun came up, so we wouldn't get busted. And that trip was really cool. We were, like I said, we were supposed to go all the way to Portland. We actually did not make it. John Elliott's cousin was living in Arcata, California, which is in Humboldt County, Northern California, and he was going to Arcata State, and he was growing a lot of weed, and everybody on the tour decided that they were just going to smoke all this weed and get 2 stoned to make it to Portland. So we ended up staying in Arcata for about a week, filming there before heading back south. So that was kind of funny, a funny trip. All right, moving on. What's next for Big Wheel Blading? Big Wheel Blading, Parasite, next collab would be awesome. Also, please get Danny Aldridge or Leon Bass on your podcast, please. So for Big Wheel Blading, I plan on doing more YouTubing for Big Wheel Blading on the Big Wheel Blading YouTube channel. Done and Now Blading podcast will cross over into Big Wheel Blading skaters, urban skaters, slalom, and then Big Wheel Blading itself will feature similar people, but also divvy into also speed skating and some other disciplines. I definitely would like to get Leon and Danny on the channel. Probably we'll start with Danny first, as he has not been interviewed yet by anybody, as I believe. Now, Power Slide collab with Big Wheel Blading would be cool. I've been wanting to do a wheel company for, well, ever since I moved back to Austin in 2012. We will see what happens with that. It's getting a little saturated, but I still have goals to start some sort of wheel brand using all the same artists from 4x4 and Vicious, but being a broader brand doing both urban and aggressive skating. Next question, favorite beard product. I don't use any beard products. I just use whatever shampoo I use for my hair. So nothing. Okay. Tree asks, differences between big wheel community versus aggressive community. Well, I think the differences between big wheel community and aggressive community years ago was a lot more than it is now. But what I will say is you have, obviously since big wheel blading has gotten bigger with an aggressive, you have a lot of aggressive skaters. Also big wheel blading, either because they just fell in love with the skating from spot to spot, which like they did when they were kids, because obviously most people drive from spot to spot aggressive skates. So the feeling of, the wind going through your hair as you're skating through the city bombing hills, it's really fun. And for me, I really enjoy the big group skates that they have in cities, like in Europe where they have thousands of people. They don't really have that in the US. You might get like hundreds of people or like 50 people or maybe even 10 people in a city. And I used to organize those in Austin, and I really enjoyed those. Now, with people in that community that have been in that community for like, 20, 30 years, like the old school, like rec skaters doing those rides, they're a little bit more stickers for the rules and laws. And like, they don't like when you skate up a bank or like, they just, if you like trespass, whatever, they're just like kind of anal about the rules. And they kind of like take the fun out of skating. So some of these cities in the US that have these big urban skates that are run by this old group of people who've been doing these urban skates, they're not really that fun because they like try to parent you. The ones in Denver, like Dust, that's run by like aggressive skaters turned to big wheel bladers, a younger crowd, those are a lot more fun because it's all about just like skating everything that's in front of you and not having somebody like tell you you're being bad. So I do think the big wheel blading community is a little bit broad, obviously, but I think if you look at like speed skating, feel speed skating it's one discipline. It's like, back in the day, aggressive skaters thought they were cooler than everybody else, and speed skaters thought they were cooler than everybody else, and they never got along. I think speed skating still is a little bit not as inclusive as aggressive skating has become. So, all right, let's see what else we have. Worst skate ever made. I roller boot. Worst skate ever made. Well, I think that Bauer skate. Oh, okay, no, I take it back. The worst skate ever made, in my opinion, is the USD Cyrus, because it looks like a cross between Shamu or the great white shark, the killer whale from SeaWorld. That's what it looks like. And then Razors. I also think that the Razors, what are those? The ones to switch, the Razor switch boot, also looks like a German U-boat. It's very no lines. I don't like that. I think that the Genesis and that switch, whatever they're called, all look like a Cyrus, and Cyrus is my least favorite skate. I think some of like the Bauer skates, some of the skates in the 90s or 2000s were not that nice either, but those are definitely my least favorite. All right, Jason Howard. Okay, Jason Howard is one of the craziest skaters. I mean, I've seen that dude do so many gnarly tricks. Scary to watch, but man, he pulls off the transfers, the rail-to-rail transfers that guy has done. are mind-blowing. He's always been so talented. I feel like he's never been filmed correctly. And I do have a full Jason Howard section that's never been seen before. That will be in this new project I'm working on. And it, in my opinion, is his best section to date. It doesn't have the hammers that maybe his earlier skating had, but his style today is absolutely amazing. So yeah, Jason Howard. I'm going to have Jason Howard on the podcast, and we will be doing a Jason Howard retrospective on here as well, because Jason Howard is one of my oldest longtime friends in skating. So love that guy. Super cool, good dude, you know? Yeah. So next question. Okay. Pocky Boy says, Danny did a mushroom blading interview. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. To be honest with you all, as far as like podcasts go and interviews and, you know, like I've never been a big fan of like actually listening to podcasts because I'm usually working on something that requires audio and I don't have the time for long podcasts. But then I started doing the podcast on his channel. So I started listening to other podcasts now since I started a lot for research, especially if I'm interviewing somebody who's been already interviewed. I don't try to, when I do an interview with somebody who's been on, like, say, Jump Street or mushroom blading, I don't want to ask the same questions that they've already answered in those old videos, but I like to expand on things that they talked about and talk about what's happened with them since their last interview. So, you know, if you see an interview on Done Out Blading with somebody who's been on mushroom blading or Jump Street, it's not going to be the same interview. You know, it's going to be an expanded and new set of questions. So I lost a little track of what I was talking about. Let me see. Okay, Airwalk skates have been around. They were around like, I don't remember when. I think they're still around. I think you can still get them at like big box stores. And there's a lot of big box skates that are just subpar. Okay, Lewis asks me if I will be at the FM Invitational. Now, to answer that question, that is a maybe. I would like to go. I also want to go to Blading Cup. It's just, I've been thinking like if it's something that I can afford to go to these events or not. So, you know, if you guys will do some super chats or stickers to send me to these events, I will go to as many as possible. All right, next question. Well, it looks like I'm at the end of the questions. All right. You do a great job switching up the interviews, Jan. Thank you, Blading his dad. I wanted to, somebody asked me a question that I lost track on. Oh. All right. Do you guys want to watch? Let's watch okay, I'm going to show you guys some. Okay, Blading Cup, Danny. Twitch asks, I will probably go to Blading Cup, one of the 2 Blading Cups this year. Oh, J-Bar, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Favorite video I've made. I think that favorite video I've made, like, Leading the Blind is one, but I didn't make it fully by myself. You know, that was a mix between me and Pat Lennon. I filmed a lot of it. Pat didn't really film too much of the video. I filmed most of the video, and I edited a little over it and half of it. So, but as far as video that I made fully myself and filmed, I think that would be, well, I didn't film all of it either, but I did edit it all, which would be the Vicious Sleeves video. I do really like that video. I do like the United Front 1. Oh, that's a hard question. Yeah, I think Vicious Sleaze, United Front One were two of my favorite. I guess I like Trash too, which was ahead of its time music wise. A lot of people didn't like the music in it, and then later we're listening to that music, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I have some old videos that you all haven't seen. I mean, there were videos I made for Scum Magazine. So back in the day, I sold them, the VHSs, people ordered them. So I sold quite a bit. So maybe some of you have seen them, but there's like No Budget Lo-Fi, there's Scratched in America's Army, and those videos were cool. I wouldn't say they're my favorite videos, but they're from my early times of skating, and that was pretty rad. I think the favorite trip video would have been Last Call, because that's when I spent 7 months in Europe, which was an amazing time in my life. Oh, Steal This Video too. Steal This Video was really good. I like that. I think that there's some of my videos though is that there's a few videos, I can't tell you on top of my head right now, but that I don't like some of the songs. Like I look back at some of the songs and I don't like them. And there's a few sections where there's some clips that I feel like I shouldn't have used. And I do have the raw footage for a lot of these videos, not all of them, but some of them I have all the raw clips still that I saved. And I've been wanting to re-edit some of those videos. I want to remaster the clips to HD widescreen, 1920 by 1080, and re-edit them how I really would have liked them to end up. So replace some of the songs, edit down some of the clips, maybe for one video just to see what it's like. But I think that would be kind of fun. I am with the Vault series. If you're following the Vault series that I'm doing, which is the old, let me pause real quick. I'd like to give a big shout out to Jeff Kohler. Thank you very much for your $25 donation to the channel. Getting John Elliott out of hiding is going to be very difficult. He's not on social media. I don't have his new phone number, and he's he's definitely in hiding, like you say. So we'll see. When I go to California for Blading Cup, whichever one I go to, I will try to track him down and see what I can do. But anyway, I appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. Danny Twitch asks, do I play any instruments? I do not. I took guitar lessons in high school. I learned the first song I learned was Sonic Reducer by the Dead Boys, which is like a punk band that I really liked. Learned some Metallica songs, but music for me, it's I have a lot of different things I've been doing, a lot of different hobbies and projects, and it's just something that takes a lot of time, a lot of commitment, and I never had the extra time and commitment to play music. John Elliott did have a microchord, which I really enjoyed playing with and making music with that, and I've garage band in the past, but I do love music. I collect music. I DJ'd a lot in San Diego. I would DJ. I DJ'd like a lot of punk rock, 70s, early 80s punk, power pop, new wave, random stuff. A lot in San Diego, different bars, beauty bar, between bands. So, I love music. But as far as playing an instrument, no, it's something I haven't done. I want to say, back to editing videos, the Vault series is the raw clips I have, from my old video, from old tapes, and I've been editing every 5 episodes. I do the best of the Vault, which is all those clips edited together to music. So it's like a new section I have episode 1 of the Best of Vault is on the YouTube channel. Check it out. So it's like all those clips, the best clips from the first 5 episodes of Vault, edited to music. Episode 2 of that will be coming out soon to a different song. All the best clips from episodes 6 through 10 of the Vault. All right. Adam Kelly. Thank you for your donation as well. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna put all these donations will go into my travel fund so I can try to get out to some events this year. So I really appreciate you guys giving some donations for that. And all right, guys, I appreciate it. You guys really rock. Let me see. Danny Twitch is Danny Beer. I do not think so, but Danny Twitch can verify that. Okay. I gotta say, this little studio I have here, it definitely looks better than what I had, and I've got 4 lights, and man, it drives me out, so I gotta drink a lot of water. All right. So, hey Jan, love what you're doing. Let's see. Yeah, love you. When your master, please preserve the 4:3 aspect ratio. The half and brown master got jelly and spots and chops some heads and feet. Half master, jelly, and spots and. So Travis, I try to prevent that from happening. I'm going to get better at it because I hate the 4:3 aspect ratio in those videos, but I'm going to make sure and avoid that in the future. So we will see what happens. But I definitely take that into consideration. And Travis, good to hear from you. I hope you're doing well. I haven't talked to you in a while. So I will do, you know what? I'm going to consult you, Travis. On the next one I do, I'm going to have you watch it first and let me know what you think, because I definitely appreciate your eye on these things. All right. And Astro Villain agrees with you. So I appreciate your feedback, guys. It helps me decide what I'm going to do in the future. So I'm not set in stone anything. Thank you for all your feedback. Pete, thank you for your donation. 420, that is the magic number. That reminds me of Humboldt County and the Razors Tour. Thank you very much, Pete. Hello, Chris. Yo. So, Travis, the Northwest Shred Tour. Okay, so, and I don't remember what year it was, 2015. Northwest Shred Tour, which is, Colorado road trip. It's usually in the Northwest. Well, that year it was in Montana, which I've always wanted to go to Montana. And none of my friends have been, so we got together a bunch of people. We flew to Denver, visited Frank Stoner, and we did like 3 cars of people to Montana for the Northwest Shred Tour. Had who was there? It was Jared McBay, Ryan Rasmussen, Frank Stoner, Luke Bender, bunch of people. And Montana was awesome. And Travis was there. And Travis, I don't know if Travis brought the grind rail that was at the campsite, but Travis was shredding that grind rail, killing it. It was awesome. And we had some conversations, and it was a great time. And I recommend going to Montana. I actually was thinking about moving there at one point, but it's gotten so expensive, pretty much like everywhere in the U.S. has. So, I ended up picking the cheapest place to live at the time, which is Vermont. Okay. What do we got? What's next in tech moves? Mushroom and hammers. Oh, tech moves. I feel like with tech skating, well, I mean, look at, going back to tech skating, Mike Johnson. you know, was just absolutely amazing on switch ups and all that stuff. The footwork, tech skating for me is a lot of footwork and control, and with the crossover of big wheel blading, there's been a fair amount of slalom skaters who've crossed over to aggressive skating, and some aggressive skaters have been practicing with slalom skating. If you ever watch slalom skating, like the good people at it, their footwork is incredible. Their control, their balance, and which means that they can, if you can take those skills to tech skating and aggressive, there's a whole new style of tech skating. I don't think it's even come to fruition yet with these different disciplines merging together. So platform divers. I'm not sure what you are going with there, that if it's just a joke or what, but what else? Okay. Sergio. Hey, Sergio. How are you? Good to see you on here. And you are welcome. I am glad you enjoyed the videos. Okay. Friendliest state you've been to for skaters? Well, that's a hard one. I feel like skaters they're a reflection of where they're from. So, you know, you do have some cities that have skaters might be a little bit more rough around the edges just because their city is, but generally I feel like skaters are pretty nice everywhere you go. But I guess it really depends on who you are when you go into that scene, because I know a lot of scenes have been very cliquish for a long time, and they're not welcoming to just your average skater. But I don't really have that problem, you know, just being in the industry so long. I get treated very well at every city I've been to, so I'm not sure if it's a good reflection on the scenes themselves, you know, how they treat other people. But I don't know. I feel like Austin, you know, where I've lived for a long time, was very, very welcoming. The skaters here in Vermont were super friendly. There's not a lot of them, but they're really friendly. And Montreal, very friendly scene. In Chicago, you know, everybody there has always been great. I just feel like, you know, my personal experience is that almost all skaters are friendly, at least, like, maybe not so much in the 90s when everybody was teenagers and kind of assholes, you know, because, you know, there was a lot of mean kids back in the 90s. But as an adult, I'm going to say pretty much every skater I've met, well, not every skater, but most skaters are pretty friendly. So, let's see here. All right, guys, I have to run the restroom real quick, so I'm going to put on a quick video file for you of some raw clips from Daily Bread 5, No One's Children. These are the raw clips from the Black Flag section. The song was Black Flag. These are the raw clips.
Ow. Bang, bang. What did you hurt?
I think I dislocated. I think. I think my shoulder's dislocated.
Why?
Because it's not in its socket. Oh my God. Fuck! Oh my God.
All right, I'm back. So, like I said, these are raw clips from
this one.
Daily Bread 5, No One's Children. All right, let's answer some questions. Turn out the music, the audio. How's the audio on this? Is it too loud in the background? Should I turn it down all the way? Okay, I missed a question earlier from Pete Hilby. What camera did you start out with? Well, this is a good one. I started out with a VHS C camera. And VHS-C, remember your VHS, they were small VHS tapes. And this camera, I got at the thrift store, I believe, and it was, the colors were off, it filmed more in like a hue of blue. And that's my first camera I had. And back then I edited all my footage on VCRs. So I had the VCR, the camera, and then I would put audio into it. And I don't even remember how I did it. I actually am gonna research how I did that, and I want to actually do, just for fun, a VCR edited edit for this channel. So that's going to be in the future. My first camera after that, then I had a High 8. It was a Sony High 8 camera where I filmed High 8. And High 8 was cool because High 8 had 120 minutes of tape, so you got 2 hours of footage. So it's actually made doing vault episodes of the High 8 tapes more difficult because they are so long to go through. Oh, Pianowski. He was an amazing skater, and he's back to skating now, and I've been chatting with him. I'm going to try to get him on the podcast. He's actually been talking about possibly doing a VOD as well, so that'll be really rad. But then my first mini DV camera was a Sony TRV9. That's what I filmed last call, and that's what I filmed last call with, and United Front were filmed with the Sony TRV9. That was the last, believe it or not, the Sony TRV9 in 2000 was the last camera I personally ever owned. I made all these videos in the past 20 years. I never had my own camera because I never made really enough money off the videos to buy cameras. So when I worked for Daily Bread, they had a Canon XL1. I used that for Quattro and No One's Children. Razors had a XL1 that I used for Still This Video, and I used Brian Shima had a GL1, and pretty much Brian Shima's GL1 is the video I used for everything I filmed. Trash, Still This Video, Leading the Blind, Trip Drop footage, everything was filmed with Shima's GL1. So yeah, I actually never ever owned a camera. My first camera that I filmed with I bought it in 2012 when I moved to Austin, and it was a Sony 7D DSLR. And that's what I filmed all the skating footage since with. Now I have a GoPro 9, and I have a, which I'm using to film this show with, and I have a 360 camera, which I don't use at all. So yeah, I'd like to get a camcorder again sometime in the future. So that's to answer that question. Let's see. Rollerblades, thank you very much. I hope your shop is doing well. Maybe I'll see you in Miami for FML2. Not sure if I'm going to go or not. But if I don't go this year, I'll definitely go to the next one.
That's Corey.
Especially if he's doing 2 again this year. Renee, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the contribution. Is there any shows or any content you would like to see on this channel? Let me know in the comments. I have a lot of ideas. Everything, like I literally have, like when it comes to Vault, I have hundreds of shows to do, but they take a really long time to edit, to cut down, like I try to trim out the fat, like just like with these clips, where you have Poncho, True Kind Grind. There you go, Ben. But it takes a long time. Everything takes a long time, and it's hard to get it all done. Now I have a question for you all with this live stream that I'm doing here. The Vault series. This is for the Vault series. Should I move the Vault series to this format, to where we watch it live? Or do you prefer how I did it, where I pre-record me talking about the session? Let me know what you guys think, because I'm willing for either one.
Oh my god.
This was a bad kid. So, okay. Live stream a lot of the content, editing. I will definitely focus on the live streaming. I'm going to do episode 11 of The Vault will be a live stream. And episode 11 of The Vault, watching live is cool for The Vault. But watching the edited piece live. Watching live is cool for The Vault, but watching the edited. Can you clarify what you mean by that mountain? Sorry. I'm like read that in a circle. What I'll do is a test, episode 11, we'll do The Vault on a live stream. And episode 11, I think it's going to be all my footage of Ski, Eric Perquette, from the Razors Steal This Video era.
That's what skating's all about.
So watch the Vault episode live and not the raw stuff. So the Vault episode will be the trimmed down footage like I had before, but instead of me recording audio to it beforehand, I'll just talk over it through this video. We'll see how that works one time. If you guys don't like it, we can switch it back to the old format. But the next one will be Eric Perquette, and it's going to have his raw. Okay, that mountain. That is what I've been doing with the Vault, is I edit it down to live stream. I will edit it. The Vault, I do edit it down for the episode, and I will edit it down for the live stream as well. Yes, I will do that, because I don't want to sit there with all this, in between footage forever. Yeah. So we're definitely on the same page, and that's how we will do that. The next one will be episode 11, live streamed on here. Now, another thing, I was thinking about having live streams be at the same time, same day, every week, maybe twice a week, at least for like vaults and stuff like that, so you can always know that the vault is happening at a certain time. Now, is that something that would be interesting for you all, or should I just do it whenever? All right, while you guys contemplate on that, let me bring myself back up on the screen, and let me real quick look. I added a hard drive onto here. Let's see what I have. Oh, how about this? What am I looking for? Laces, hard drive, YouTube channel, documents, videos. Box session edit. Let me see. Live streaming the editing process is a cool idea. You have so much knowledge and information you could share with the new generation on how to make a proper edit in video. Okay, so that would require sharing the screen. Let's see if that is possible. Let's go. So live screen editing process. So share screen. Share screen. Let's see. What do I need to set up? Privacy. Entire screen. Share. Why is it not sharing now? All right, give me 1 second. Share screen. Don't show these steps again. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so why is it not sharing the screen? Are you seeing the screen? Because I don't see it. Press Shift 1. Ever done the little ski blade things? No, I have not done the ski blade things. I have some old ski blades that I got at the thrift store, and I've just never been interested in trying them because I hear they're really only fun on like groomers and stuff. Even though I do people see them in the woods, I just love skis. I love my skis, and I love playing in the trees. I love it. So yeah, I haven't tried the ski blades. All right. Having trouble sharing the screen. Share screen. Share. Streamer wants to share the contents of your screen. Chrome has lost permission to... Oh, okay, I don't have permission for some reason. I have to give permission. Privacy. Screen recording. Google Chrome. System preferences. All right, I'm going to... All right, sorry guys, bear with me for a minute as I figure out how to share stuff. Share video file. All right, I'm gonna play an old video for a little bit, just the beginning of it. This is called Scratch. It's from 1997. This is one of my first videos that I made. I have to remove. Share video file. Okay. Check out this video for a little bit as I... Okay. System. All right, I'm back. I'm having trouble sharing that screen on the for my computer, but I will figure out how to do it for the live editing process. So that's a great idea, guys, to stream live editing. I like that. So I will go ahead and do one of those sometime soon. Now, that Mountains, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Briar Blades, thank you so much. You guys rule. Now, what we're watching right now is a video. It's called Scratched. And this is a video I filmed and edited in 1997. So this is a Texas video. This is all my old friends. We have footage from Eisenberg's. We got Frank Stoner here on a mini ramp. Frank Stoner is a Texas legend. He is an awesome ramp builder, and he shredded the ramps. This is Rob Guerrero. So Rob Guerrero grew up with Jason Howard in outside of San Jose, and then Jason moved to Austin when he was young. So Robert Guerrero would come out to Austin every summer from 95 to 97, 98 to stay with Jason. And that's like how him and Lonnie became good friends. That's how he ended up having all that footage in Lonnie's videos. So I filmed all this stuff with Robert back in the day. So yeah, we spent all summer, every summer, skating with Robert in Austin. And then John Farmer, he was one of the really good guys in Texas in the 90s, and then quit skating. So, it's cool about Austin scene is so many people from back then are still around. You got Jason, you got Chris Fleener, he's still skating. He's from Houston, but he's still skating. You got Frank Stoner still skating. You got Jason Howard is still there. Rob G still skating, We got Shannon Rogers from Austin. She still skates. Like Jerry McBay, Aunt Medina, all these old school people. So it's pretty cool. That's right. IRC days. What's funny is I actually forgot about IRC, and that's internet relay chat. It was a way of chatting with skaters. That and like BBSs and there was so many different ways to do it back then. It was so bizarre. That mountain, though, you live in Austin. That's cool. I was there. I grew up in Austin. I moved to San Diego in 1999 until 2012. I lived in Austin from 2012 to 2017. And then I've been in Vermont ever since. So I moved to Vermont in December of 2017. And big change. I used to live in two major skating cities with lots of, skaters and also like trails in urban skating to, rural Vermont. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have two skate parks in my town, which is pretty crazy. A town of 6,000 people has two skate parks, but I do have that, which is cool. And I have skiing 10 minutes away, and I have mountain bike trails, but I don't have skaters, which is the saddest part of the whole thing. So this is going to be hoedown, early hoedown footage that the Anthony trip. This skate park that Robert Guerrero just skated was Freestyle Skate Park. That was in Dallas as well, at the same time of Eisenberg's here. It was the home park of Wes Kramer. I don't know if you remember Weston Kramer. He won ASA Amateur Finals in about 1997. This would have been a NIS contest with Sean Robertson there in Dallas. All the pros you're watching skate Eisenberg's. This was all this. You know what this was? Okay, earlier I showed you guys my invitation for the Eisenberg's grand opening. That footage you watched, everybody in this on this video, all the pros skating Eisenberg's, that's from the grand opening of Eisenberg's. And for those of you who didn't see it, I'll show you guys again because this is pretty cool. Make it just a little bit bigger. So this is the invitation for the grand opening of Eisenberg Skate Park, which was Thursday, July 17th, 1997 at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And yeah, so this is the invitation that was sent in the mail for the grand opening. And all the footage you're watching in this video from Eisenberg's was the grand opening. Physicist at Home. This video came out in 1997. Scratched 1997. Oh yeah, you had the Transit shirt with the quad skate. So I used to do a brand. I did several clothing brands in the 90s. I had a brand called Transit, which made jeans. It was a jean brand, and it made shirts. And at that time, there was a skateboard brand called Transit Skateboard started. So I changed the name to Transient. So it became Transient, which is kind of funny that years later, and other blading brands named Transit started as well. I also had a brand called Farmland. Transit had, the team was Shane Saviors, Anton Kennedy, Rob G, Lana Gagos, Jason Howard, and Mike Shields. That was the team for Transit back in the day. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And yeah, Chris Farmer, he was legendary. He might have a section in this video. Make this so you go back so you guys can watch the footage. This skate park here, though, this skate park is the Freestyle in Dallas. It was one of the best skate parks ever. Scum magazine was pretty much monthly. It was pretty much monthly. I try to be monthly with it, you know. And I do have, okay, it's unfortunate. The computer I had with all the, okay, this is a John Farmer. No, it's not the John Farmer section. Okay. Anyway, the footage with the print magazine files, the computer was stolen, and I don't have it anymore. So I don't have all of, Travis, take care. I don't have all of the print issues anymore. I have a select few of them, and I'm hoping that maybe some people who are on this channel will have some old magazines that I can get from you, photocopy and send back or whatever. But yeah, Scum magazine was online and in print. I do have the online website files, and you know, we'll go through those on live stream. We'll go through those on live on the broadcast, live stream. There we go. We'll go through the website on a live stream sometime, and we'll go through some of those old issues. I do have, I'm not sure what I did with all my, let me see. Yeah, I don't know where everything is. We'll do a Scum magazine. We'll do a Scum magazine day sometime. I do have my award. We'll make this one big. I'm sure you guys are familiar with South by Southwest, the music festival in Austin, Texas. Well, in 1999, they did the first year of the interactive festival, and I entered Scum magazine, and it won best sports website that year. South by Southwest, and it beat the Dallas Stars hockey team, a bunch of pro sports teams, and I ended up getting 4 all access badges for South by Southwest that year with my dad and my friend to all sorts of stuff. And this is my best website, Scum magazine. So that was pretty cool. And I will do a Scum magazine episode where we go through the issues and the website, because I'm not sure where I have them all right now, but they're somewhere. A little disorganized. Talk about my daily bread, but okay, wait. For sure, once an under 5 accident, I'll be back in the world. Good night, y'all. Next time, brothers. The website color scheme changed quite a bit on Scum magazine. I actually was going to redo it again in 2002. So, okay. Do you think you'll be able to interview Bill Stoppard or Stephen Johnston? Yes, I would be able to interview both of them, and I will add them to my my list of people to interview. So thanks for the recommendations, Danny Twitch. Next one. Talk about your daily bread days. How did you get the job? Well, so I did Scum Magazine, like I just said. I won South by Southwest in 1999, and I sent the magazine all over the place. At the time, it was a pretty popular zine, and my goal was to work in the industry, and I wanted to. My goal was to make Scum Magazine a real magazine, like Michael Byer did with BMag, because BMag, it was a zine just like mine at first, and that was my goal. I ended up getting a job at Daily Bread because Angie liked Scum Magazine, and I moved there. And I was going to continue doing Scum Magazine, but after I moved there, she wanted me to quit doing it. So she kind of forced me to quit doing it, and that was the end of it. I wanted to restart it. It didn't happen. I regret getting rid of it. But, I only worked at Daily Bread for 2 years. It just wasn't for me. There was a lot of, it's just not a good place to work. So, it was a good time. I met a lot of people. I made some videos. So that part was nice. But yeah, that was, working for Daily Bread was definitely a dream come true. It just wasn't, it was definitely not what I expected. Let me see. Do you have a relationship with Brian Shima? I do not have a relationship with Brian Shima, no. I've talked to him for the first time this year, only briefly, since the fall of Rat Tail. I'm going to say that he will not be on this channel for an interview. The fall of Rat Tail was the worst part of my life. I was depressed for years, had to do bankruptcy. I spent 2011 pretty much in bed. So yeah, it was the worst part of the time of my life, and it took me years to recover from it. So I'm not friends with Brian Shima anymore, but I'm not, but I'm not like enemies. We're just not friends anymore. So I'm not going to say anything negative about the guy. He's definitely a legendary skater. We worked together for years. He was one of my best friends for a long time. It just all fell apart. And it pretty much was the lowest part of my life. So don't really want to talk about the whole period, because I just want to focus on the positive and, everything that's in the future. So, my whole thing in skating has always been to help the sport grow. I've never been in it for making money or anything like that, but I've always been in it to help promote skating and skaters, and that's what I continue to do to this day. So I appreciate you all watching this. Jeff, thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's cool, guys. Also try to interview Yuma. Oh, let me, okay, I have no idea who Yuma Badwin is, but I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write their name down. Let me grab a piece of paper. All right. I'm going to write down Yuma's name, and I will check him out and see what we can do. I've had 3 recommendations. No, I've had 5 recommendations for podcast people. And Rob Scallion, Michael Stein. I will definitely do Michael Stein because, well, I don't know Rob Scallion. I will talk to him. Michael Stein I know well. So I will definitely get Michael Stein on there. I'm actually going to do the first interview. I'm going to do the first live stream interview this coming week, I believe, some night this week, around I'm not sure what night yet. I'll post it. But with Mick Casals. So Mick is an awesome skater from Austin. He just got a pro wheel from Bloom. And I'm going to be talking to Mick. We're going to talk about his wheels. We're talking about skating in Austin. We're going to talk about his photography, all sorts of stuff. We'll kind of, watch some of his sections, and I'll show you some clips that no one's seen of him. So that'll be the first person to do in the live chat because, honestly, the YouTube episodes, the podcast episodes, this streaming software, the quality is way better with the video. The video quality is so bad. I've been using Zoom, and it's just a pain in the butt. Doesn't look that good, and it cuts out a lot. So I like this new format, and I try to edit it down and clean it up a little bit, but it's a lot of work. So I think I'm going to we'll see. I'm going to see how the interviews go on this live stream. We'll do Mick first and see how it goes. All right, Danny, tag me. Cool. Oh, Fist is home. My pops are still around. And so I'll tell you something about my parents, guys. When I started skating, I wanted rollerblades really, really bad. And my neighbor got some for Christmas, and he hated them, some Zetra blades. And I basically just borrowed them and never gave them back and skated them until the wheels were off. And my mom bought herself some Bauer skates. And so I skated with my mom, around the city. And then I started doing urban skating, later on, early 90s. And I took my mom on some night skates. And then my dad started skating. And my parents would go skate at the Veloway in Austin. It's like this track. It's like a 4-mile loop. They would skate all the time. And when I moved to California, they were still skating for years. Every week, a couple times a week. And then they kind of quit at some point. And last year, I got my mom some rollerblades for her 69th birthday. And she's rollerblading again. So I got my girlfriend on skates, my mom, and we go and we skate. I skate parking lots with both of them in the summertime. So that's a lot of fun. Skate with my mom and my girlfriend. Lawrence Ingram would be a great dude to talk with for an interview. Okay, so Lawrence Ingram has had a lot of interviews on a lot of channels, talk about a lot of stuff. And so I'm going to do something with Lawrence. It's not going to be your standard thing, I haven't talked to him about it yet. But, I mentioned Zines, doing Scum Magazine. And there was a lot of Zines back in the day, and Lawrence had Sequence Magazine, which was online magazine, which was kind of like, Scum Magazine. And then there's a bunch of different ones, 817, Sequence, like a bunch of zines. And then you've had some zines throughout the year, later on, like, Robbie Pitts' zine, Spira. I want to do a live stream with maybe 5 or 6 of the old and new zine makers. And it's going to be about skate zines, making them, how to make them, how to change, stuff like that. And Lawrence will be part of that discussion. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be involving him. And we'll talk about some, I'll definitely, probably do a full interview with Lawrence too, but I think I want to do some panel type things on this live stream with a group of people, I think that'd be interesting. Craig Parsons from Ohio. All right. I will check him out. I've got this big list, guys. It's going to be easier for me to interview more people and not if I actually do them on a live stream, because it's a whole lot less work. I spend a lot of time on those, cleaning up those interviews. So we'll see. It's still, this live streaming seems to be working very well right now. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's definitely cool. Okay, Craig Parsons from Ohio. Thanks for shining a light. Oh, thanks for shining a light on Austin Scene all these years, and much love. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Later that mountain. Okay, Tree, those red Bauer box rails, those were at the University of Texas in Austin, and they were called Red Rails. And the literally the best rails ever made on the planet, ever. Like the best rail ever. Like the University of Texas is one of the best skate spots you could have ever imagined. I mean, it had the rails, the best rails, amazing, like mellow kinks, long kinks. It had downstairs ledges everywhere. I mean, so many good downstairs ledges. You know, granite, like, and it had like just flat ledges, and the steps, just the stairs were all granite. So like everything slid really good. And those red rails were at the university. They're at the swim center, and the University of Texas is also a huge bust. So that was a spot that was like next to roads, so you got in trouble all the time. I ended up capping it, but it was a big spot in blading, BMXing, and skateboarding at the time. And I've always wished that that rail would have been rebuilt in a skate park. You know, it would have been really cool. Jimmy Hake, good suggestion as well. Doing Cirque du Soleil and everything like that is pretty cool. Okay, man, seeing these Austin clips or city changed so much. The city has changed so much. Austin, Texas has changed so much. Like when I moved to San Diego in 1999, the population was 700,000 in the whole area. And now it's like close to 3 million people. It's insane. They've tore everything down. See these rails, that rail's at the university. Austin was amazing city for music, skating. Now music's not, you know, it's like disappearing, but they have done good infrastructure on trails. It's great for trail skating. They have tons of skate parks there now. Great skate parks. So they didn't have any outdoor park, like public parks when I lived in Austin. They did have a lot of indoor parks back in the day, which you'll never have an indoor park in Austin again because the rent is too expensive to have a skate park that can be profitable. So it's going to have to be opened by like the city or something like that. I'm sure that's the case in a lot of cities right now because real estate's so expensive. Do you happen to remember who invented the kind grind and sweat stance? I do not. Maybe Andy Cruz, Tom Heiser, some of the first guys to do that trick. It's pretty hard to say who really did these tricks first because I feel like it's where you were at the time that you did it. I mean, I'm sure somebody did a trick first before somebody else, and then maybe quit skating and, you know, whatever. But so I'm not really sure. But yeah, this is a lot of Austin skating. So what I'm going to do, everyone, is I'm going to chat with you all until the end of this video, and then I'm going to call it a night because it's already 11 p.m. here, and we've been on here for quite a while. Wow. So, yeah, Intellect Rollers Realm was the one that was in Austin. That was the first park. And then Ramp Ranch moved outside of Austin after Intellect shut down. It was quite far outside of Austin. Then there was M&M Skate Park in Austin. That was on the south side. Then there was Skate Park of Austin, which is very sad because Skate Park of Austin opened up in 1999, or in 2000, right after I moved to Austin. It was right next to my parents' house. And then when I moved back to Austin in 2012, it had shut down in 2011. So I like completely missed its era. So yeah, I remember UT, as far as getting tickets go, we always used to say different people's names, like Champion and like Randy Spicer. So sometimes when those guys would come to town and they would get busted by the cops, they would already have like a rap sheet, you know, at the university. So that was kind of funny. Lakeway Skate Park Indoor. I do not remember what that was called. I went to some parks in Chicago. Scrap was not one of them. I don't remember what parks. Maybe Tree was there. I went there a few times around the airborne competitions. There was one park. There was a USD tour there. Dustin Latimer was there. I got footage of Dustin Latimer. I don't remember the name of it. I believe that the skate park was owned by a rollerblading family and that their son possibly passed away later on. I don't remember for sure. I do have a tape, which we'll watch soon. It's the Cine Tour back in 97, 98. And they stopped at Armadillo Skate Park in Houston, Texas. And it was it was Champion. I don't remember who was on it all, but I had the footage, and it's a really good. This is the video's called Scratched. This is a video I made in 1997, and it's mainly Austin and Texas skating. And that's it. That's the video. So, Champion was from Odessa, Texas. That's correct. This video is not on YouTube. It's not. Some of these old videos are putting on Patreon, and the skate park in San Antonio 2001 was that the tank still? No, I think the tank closed down before that. I don't remember what skate park was San Antonio in 2001. I was already gone by then. So, hey, everyone. I'm not sure what this is. This is just a continuation. Yeah, Tank. So I went to Tank Skate Park. Remember Tank Skate Park got broken into and somebody stole all the inventory? And that's why they shut down, I remember. I believe. This Todd Gill guy. Okay, I don't know if you guys remember Dave Temple. Dave Temple made videos, a lot of early good videos. He lived in Kansas City, and I made a road trip to Kansas City to visit Dave Temple. And I stayed in Fayetteville, Arkansas on the way. All this footage is from Fayetteville. These guys are really cool. And hold on one second. Sorry, my girlfriend burned some bread in the toaster. Now the house smells. Okay, so Dave Temple made Espionage, that's right. Plastic Balance too. So I went up to Kansas City to visit Dave. And we're on a phone, like I'm almost to Kansas City. And then when I get to Kansas City, I call him up and he's gone. He went to Lawrence. So I was like, first over Kansas City, I remember driving in, didn't know anybody else. He had pissed off to Lawrence, and I drove back to Fayetteville. And that was my first trip to Kansas City. And my next trip to Kansas City was in 2015. And that was like 1997. So yeah, it was kind of sucked. It was a shitty trip. And I remember not having air conditioning and no radio in the car in my 1981 Jetta. And it was really hot. Moved to Fayetteville. Fayetteville was cool. When I was there in 1997, I have no idea what it's like now. But if it has any skaters, I think it's. I mean, you've got who lives in Arkansas? What's his name? I can't even think of his name right now. You do have some skaters in Arkansas. So, skate with Poncho Milton Brook and the crew went up in San Antonio before moving to Cali in 2002. Milton Holbrook, it was so good too. So good. The Tribe crew. All those guys are amazing. Milton's an amazing tattoo artist. Subscribe with the first company. Steve Thomas. Steve Thomas is awesome. In fact, that's one person. I'm going to write that down now. Steve Thomas. He is coming on the podcast. Because Steve Thomas was one of my first favorite skaters. I'm going to say Steve Thomas, John Elliott, like Wasteland, days. Awesome. So this is just the credits section of Scratched, the video from 1997. All right, that's it. Well, released in 1998, but it was filmed in 1997. So, everyone, this is gonna be it for the first live stream. 2 hours into it. I think that was pretty good. I'm glad to see so many people on this show. I'd really like to thank everyone who gave donations to the channel tonight. It's really going to help me out to provide more content to you all in the future, and hopefully to get out to some events this year and do some, live streams and interviews with people, Blading Cup, Frank Morales. So yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll be having the next live stream in a couple days. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out some content for the live streams. We'll go through some more memorabilia. We're gonna do a Scum Magazine one where we go through some old websites, and we're gonna do an episode of Vault. And like I said, Mick Castle's live stream interview this week as well. So good night, everyone. Take care. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Goodbye.